This is a garden tour of Linda's Serenity garden, and this is Linda. And Linda's now going to give us a guided tour of her gardens.
Okay, let's go.
You know she's a gardener when she has a hoary-hoary in her back pocket.
Yeah. You don't know what a hoary-hoary is? That little guy is a hoary-hoary. That is the basic tool of a gardener. So this garden was pretty barren, basically just dead grass when we moved over in 21 or 22?
We moved over here in March of 22.
Of 22. And so now it's 25. So in 3 years, this is what we've developed. So from nothing at all to putting in a variety of bushes, and taking care of the few rhodies that were here and a few boxwoods, put in the arch, honeysuckles and bloom, smells so good. And right now there's some rhodies in bloom on the property line. Those were already here. But Bob built me that trellis, and that's holding a male and a female kiwi plant. And although you can't see it too much, there's 2 grapevines maturing over there. There's a rose bed on this side. And then here is my orchard. And what I did was I put decorative plants kind of in front of it, and then the orchard itself is spaced behind there. And I think I've got about 25 different trees and berries. Could be a little bit more. And then all of the blueberries and raspberries and strawberries. Bob put in the watering system for us so that I don't have to carry hoses around quite so much, but it still makes sense. You can zoom in on the peaches on the peach tree. So we're going to have a nice little harvest this year for the first year. We had 1 each last year. So that's looking really good. There's always something in bloom. The iris just finished blooming. And I do like to use native plants in the garden when I can, and that's what this is, a digitalis or foxglove. And then beside that is a plum tree. And then there's persimmons, gooseberries, peaches, pears. I've got a pear tree on the other side. Apples still maturing, cherry maturing, and a little Oregon grape here, Mahonia. Really proud of the Mahonia. Feeds the hummers in the wintertime, in February. All these berries are blossoms instead of berries, and animals are supposed to like the berries now, but I actually don't see anybody coming to eat them. Maybe it's because we need bears, I don't know. And then the last couple of years we developed another hosta bed here, maximizing the natural stump and putting in the border and putting in hostas and a variety of other plants there. Same thing here, rimming the tree. Then we're getting ready, 1st of August we'll start doing a patio deck in here, and that's an antique archway that I've had for years. Happy to get a place for it. Another hosta bed that we put in, and you can see my greenhouse. And Bob just finished getting my art feature here. This is actually an iron coffee table base that we painted red and have had for years and put in different places, and just established it here. The grasses will be tipped in red, and They're called Empress, I think. So this is the back side of the orchard. See, it's a little different view. And then the yard does continue. So this area here is under the big cedar trees. So it's a little more challenging to have something grow in dry and low sunlight, but at least it's all facing out so that when you walk the other way, so let's go back that direction actually. So a eucalyptus tree, the only one that'll grow in Washington. And it is evergreen, and it should be about mature now. Shouldn't get any taller than that. And just to the side of that is my smoke bush, the purple bush, and that one's only about 3 years old too. And I'm still learning how to prune that and trying to decide which way to have it be. You can make them a tree, you can make them a shrub, something in between. Then here is a shade garden, and I finished this one last fall actually, so it has done really well, and very pleased with how this has developed. Then over here the yard continues. To the right is a pathway down through the native growth area, and then the raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, and some flowers mixed in. Gotta always have some flowers. Satomi dogwood, pretty pink. It's just about sunset, so you've got the west side with the sunshine catching the big maple trees. Got lots of birds. They love it here. And so this is the backyard of our place plus the entry of your side. So let's go over there to the entry. So this is the entry to your apartment, and as you can see it's in some good shade in the afternoon. Get some morning shade, just sunshine in the direct high noon. So this is one of the flower beds. This is out towards the patio where you have access. And I developed this as what I call the meditation corner. And a great little spot for the three of you to have your breakfast outside. And then to the right, the yard continues. I have a lot of vegetables over on that side, and I am very generous with sharing what I have. So that should give you a pretty good idea. And there's a lot of space. You have a pathway that you'll go through, and it's another whole south side of the house where you enter and come around. is a native dogwood that I planted, and this whole area behind me is a native stream and protected area, and so it is dense with vegetation, and that's where a lot of the birds hide out, a few squirrels and deer and coyotes even. So makes it really nice because you don't have the neighbors on the back side at all. You don't have neighbors on the front side. You don't have neighbors on the north side. You do have neighbors to the south, and that's it. So these are raised garden beds, and there's a wide range of what's in here, but it's always an experiment to see how much is productive, but each year they seem to get better. So this is the back side of the apartment, and this is where you would come from the front yard, and a nice pathway, got vegetables here, tomatoes growing on the frame. Got wild strawberries in here, pear tree, asparagus, blooming flowers. These white ones are calla lilies. Behind them is the rhodies. They were lovely pink this spring. Where that white vehicle is your parking spot. So you'll see that is off the street and designated. And here's a lovely bed too. Love the grass and easy maintenance. Yellow roses are fragrant. To our left is to Bob's railroad, model railroad room. Now back to the street and the approach.